What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to pick the perfect vehicle. Stay tuned. Roo roo. Okay, so today I'm going to be teaching you how to pick the perfect vehicle. Number one is 10 things on my list you don't want to click off this video. Trust me, this is for the fellas and for the ladies. When you go to that used car dealership or that used lot, you don't need to take a man. You don't need to take a man. Get dressed, put your thinking cap on, and use your brain. If you have a phone, you can do all of the things I'm going to tell you to do right now. If you want even more leverage, go get one of your mechanics, a known mechanic that's going to do right by you. And check the car. Pay $100 or $150 to get a mechanic to professionally check this car. Number one, the body has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with the mechanical or electrical issues with the car. There may not be any issues with the car, but you see there's a dent, scratches, a few bumpers missing. That does not automatically mean that there's something wrong internally with the car. The engine may be great, the transmission is good, the mileage may be low, you don't need a new battery, no alternator, the tires on the car might be brand new, but you're so focused on the paint, the body, the chips, and the dents, you're not focused on what you're really getting for your value. Number two, check for electrical issues. This is something people don't understand. Electrical issues are costly. You do not want to get yourself in a situation where you have electrical issues. Let's be honest. A lot of mechanics, they don't want to deal with electrical issues. They don't have the equipment to pick up the system's errors and different technical problems. You may go to a Pep Boys, AutoZone, or somewhere that has a general computer. Your specific car may have so many electronics inside that the computers at these basic average shops may not be able to find your solution. You may have to go to the dealer all the time to get parts and your maintenance done. Beware of electrical issues. They can cost a lot and they can run you hundreds to thousands of dollars no matter what car you have. I don't care if it's a Honda, a Beamer, a Toyota, a G-Wagon. If you have electrical issues, beware. Electrical issues have everything to do with wiring, different things wiring in the system. Be cautious. Number three, check mechanical issues. Mechanical issues, listen. People get so butthurt when you go to a new or used car dealership. Mechanical issues are going to happen. Normal wear and tear will happen. Belts break, chains pop, rotors wear out. There's going to be different things. So especially if you're looking at used vehicles, the maintenance may not have been the greatest, so be prepared. There may be some mechanical issues, but that doesn't mean it's a bad car. You just need to do a little TLC on it. Got it? Number four, research the prices for the parts of the vehicle you're looking for. If you go to a dealership, you already have something in mind. You know you want that car, you want it in blue, but you haven't searched the most common things that break on that vehicle. You need to make sure you know how many recalls it has had. What are the known issues for this vehicle? You have some Toyotas out there that always blow the gasket. Make sure you know what to expect. You don't want to get with a vehicle that always has electrical problems. Number five, cars are machines. People go into, especially used car dealers. I'm talking to the females out there because I know we go into these dealerships. We don't really know and we act really ignorant to cars and different things. You can't be like that. You have to do your due diligence, and you also have to know that a car is a responsibility and a liability, and you need to be prepared for the maintenance. Don't get all like, oh my goodness. Nobody want to hear it. You bought the car. When you buy a car, you need to understand you're going to have to go in your pocket to take care of that baby. It is a liability. It's going to get you from A to B. You need to be prepared to make sure you do the maintenance so you can keep going to destination B. Don't come yelling at the seller or the dealership because you had unrealistic expectations of a used vehicle. Especially if the vehicle has over 100,000 miles, a judge is gonna, bye girl, bye. Nobody want to hear none of that, because you need to do your due diligence and you need to be prepared to do maintenance on vehicles. Number 7, test drive. Now, people be so excited when they get in the new car, and whether it's old or new, they get in it, they want to test drive it, and everything is good. It's good. You don't even want to look for nothing. It's good. Just let's go hit the streets. You don't want to do that either. When you test drive a vehicle, you want to know what I look for? The smell. Look for the smell. Roll the windows down when you test drive a vehicle. You want to smell and make sure if there's any fumes or gases coming from the car. You need to make sure what your car smells like. You want to check for smoke. You want to check for shaking. If the car is doing this while you're driving, maybe that's not the car you want to get in. Okay? Don't just choose a car because it looks good. You know, people get into the body, the paint job looks excellent, and then when you drive it, blugga, 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 you women just want a kiki room and don't care about nothing else. No, just because it starts doesn't mean it's good. Leaks. A lot of people, especially women, y'all so dainty, y'all don't want to get dirty. When I go look at a car, I get down on the ground. I want to look under the car. I want to make sure it's not leaking. You want to check the front and you want to check the back. Make sure nothing is leaking. And when I say the back, you can have the fuel line leaking from the back. Listen, certain cars have parts all over the place, and you may think it's a small mechanical issue, but it's a huge line that can kill you. So make sure nothing is leaking. You don't hear any strange sounds. There's no shaking. There's no smells. There's no smoke. Focus on those things. Don't just focus on the body of the car. Number 8. This is for the shop, the little janky shops and those private sellers you may be going to. You need to make sure that the car doesn't have a bunch of aftermarket parts on it. We get a car, we can get a 2019, you know, the best top of the line car. But if the person who had the car before you put aftermarket parts on it, aftermarket parts mean if I have a Toyota, I don't want to pay Toyota for the part that they specifically created for that car. I'm going to go order it online. It basically means I'm going to take my money, instead of buying it from the Toyota dealer, I'm going to go online or go buy from a third party that probably created this part from in China, Thailand, or somewhere else overseas and ship it to me. Now I'm going to put this foreign part inside of my car that wasn't made for that. It's similar, but it's not as of quality, so the standard is going to be lower. Sometimes when you add aftermarket parts to a vehicle, what starts to happen, it starts to send signals to the other parts next to it. The other parts that work either electronically or mechanically with that part, and now you're going to have more of a problem. So the people who want those foreign cars and those Benzes and the Beamers, you got to pay the cost to be the boss, baby. Don't sit there buying aftermarket parts because you're ruining your car. You're going to lose the value of your car because you have a bunch of aftermarket parts. If you put $40 parts on your car from China and the part really costs $1,000, imagine what that's doing to the other sensors and the other parts in your car. Just pay the money. It's going to cost you less later. When you ruin the car like that, if you don't plan on keeping the car, buy aftermarket parts. But if you really want to keep your car in the best condition it can possibly stay in, go to the dealer. Get the proper parts and get a decent mechanic that's not going to rob you and do the mechanical work the right way. Number 9, when you're buying from a personal seller or any seller, research the seller. Do your due diligence. You don't want to end up in court over something that could have been prevented. Make sure you get all the information you need on the person you're buying from. So many times you may buy something from someone and you have no idea who actually owned the car. The person may not know anything about the car. When you're getting a used car, check the Carfax, but also don't just focus on the Carfax. Focus on the person who's selling you the car. Are they trying to push it off on you? Are they avoiding questions from you? You know, are you even asking questions because you automatically trust them? You have to make sure that what you're doing is the right thing for you while also doing your due diligence. You don't want to just assume that everything is okay. Do your research. Some people can steal your money and you never hear from them again. Number 10, finally, number 10, you want to check the blue book value of the car, baby. Don't just go in and you don't even know how much the car costs. Now you can't even negotiate. Now you know you only have enough money for the taxes in the vehicle. You probably could get some fees dropped down. Remember, you need to get your registration, your licensing, and whatever else you probably need. Insurance. Keep all of that in mind. The dealership knows that. The seller knows that. You have to pay taxes on the vehicle. Make sure you know and do your due diligence. If you only have a certain price point, make sure you don't go in and say how much you have already. Look uninterested. Don't get all giddy for the car. Keep things in mind. Don't be afraid to get on the ground and look for leaks and anything else that may be electrically wrong or mechanically wrong with the car. I hope this helps all of you guys, because as a woman, we need to know these things. And you don't need a man to come with you. We have brains and capabilities too. Peace and love, y'all.